If you told me that in 2022 that a situation would happen where I would agree both with David Jaffe and the quartering simultaneously, Bird, well, I would tell you that you were insane. But here we are in 2022, and that's exactly what has just happened. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up. So I need to make this abundantly clear, because I know people, everything is either a 1 or a 0, on or off, left or right. I am not in the get woke, go broke crowd. I cannot stress that enough, because I feel like, because I used to call out this crap even more, especially during Anita Sarkeesian's heyday, that a lot of people thought that I was, I think the term is red-pilled, and that's a lie. I lean way more left in many aspects. So, but there was this misinformation put out back in like the time that was happening in 2014, 2015, and 2016 as well, that I was in that bandwagon. That's maybe an error on my part, because I am sure as hell not. And do I think that there are things that happen on the internet that are disgusting? Absolutely. I just did a video probably in the past few months where Alana Pierce had something horrific DM to her, and she had every right to say on Twitter, holy crap, what is this? So it's not that any time that a woman talks about being harassed, I'm like, oh, they're just clutching their pearls, just get over it, what's the big deal? But I saw this clip from G4 ex-Playhost, because you know G4 has come back. Steve's not a big fan of it, that's why I turned around. But G4 has come back because they're hoping that nostalgia will keep them afloat. And she was on Twitch TV, or G4 was, because they also stream on there. And there was a segment called Gaming Grievances. Now, some of what she says I agree with. I see it with my own eyes. Some of the stuff she just said is factually wrong. And I know many people in the gaming community know that I would say David Jaffe goes even left of me. And he thinks the same thing that I said. So anyway, I'm going to comment as this clip is playing, just to factually disprove some of the stuff that she's talking about as she's saying it. Anyway, this is Indiana Black's Gaming Grievances clip from a couple days ago. Take a look, and I'll give you my take on it.
This is not where I thought we were going, but I'm here.
I have no idea.
I'm listening. Yeah.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us. I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous host. It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
It has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment. It's not a compliment.
It's weird.
I mean, okay. Of course that's weird. And that does annoy me too. When I have Liana Kersner, who does a live stream with me or a segment with me, you get all these weird comments. Oh, is Rich hooking up with her? Or, oh, she's hot. She's this. She's... Yeah. I see it with my own eyes. At that point, I agree. But at the same time, it's the internet. And do I think these people should act like Neanderthals like this? No, of course not. But what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and play whack-a-mole with every dude that has a boner because Olivia Munn is on the screen? Is that what it's just never going to stop. Should they do it? Of course not. Of course they shouldn't do it. But are they going to? Of course they are. Like this is just like you're yelling at a cloud. It's like spraying Raid on an ant colony. There's a billion other ants somewhere else. But let's continue.
Dehumanizing, and it's weird. Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
That is factually a lie. I'm not saying they exist as human beings to be easy on the eye for you. But what do you think they were hired Indiana Black there for? What do you think? Did Olivia Munn, while wearing a low-cut shirt, sensually lick a PlayStation 3 to actually do it? It was actual journalism where she was like, let me make sure this tastes proper for the audience. Come on! Were Morgan Webb and Olivia Munn, because they're the first two, and there were plenty of other beautiful hosts there, which I'm sure they were hired because they were easy on the eyes and would attract more viewers. But Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb, they were in Maxim magazine. I forgot about this until I watched David Jaffe's live stream on this. They were in Maxim magazine. Were they in Maxim magazine just because of their abundant game knowledge? It's factually not true what you're saying. Okay, you could still be left-leaning, you could still be pro-LGBTQ and say that you're full of crap on this because you are full of crap on it. Come on, you have to have the common sense to know this, but let's continue.
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
And that's just obvious sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest Meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now, here at XPlay, our reviews are written and produced by a team of people. There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So we divide and conquer. And when we use...
And I'm going to have to agree with the Quartering's take on this. Yeah, but here I am. Why are you trying, like, you're covering older games? Went to the YouTube, like, why are you spreading yourself so thin? Focus on new stuff. Why do you have this whole team of people to cover games that came out, like, almost 2 years ago? Like, Dying Light 2 is coming out. Why don't you focus on that? What are you spreading yourself so thin for? This is what I don't... I think they think because it's G4, they were a network, that, oh, we'll just throw money at it, and we'll get the... No, you're not going to get the numbers. There's a lot of people out there. There is a lot of people that have now filled the void with this on YouTube. Filled the void of G4, I should say. That was part of the reason why G4 was successful and Tech TV was successful, is that there wasn't YouTube yet, where you got a bunch of the user generated content, which not only filled the void, people actually prefer over G4 and Tech TV. Leo Laporte tried to bring back the screensavers. It didn't work. He's a very talented guy, but the landscape has changed, and just throwing a bunch of crap at the wall to see what sticks isn't going to work. And what I don't understand is, and I have seen this with YouTubers in general, they have one good month and they hire like 30 people. As an OG on this platform, I could tell you, views come and go, subs come and go, and it fluctuates. So if you go and hire a staff of 30 people and you have one bad month, it could be disastrous. So what are you like? Do you like that's what they think? They think that just churning out crap is going to make them survive. It doesn't work. But let's continue here.
Language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review. And that's not to say that Gerard, TBH, Adam, or myself don't contribute to the reviews. We absolutely do. But it'll always be in varying degrees and take a whole team behind us. That's why we're XPlay and not Adam Play. We have done the experiment and
Adam clapping like a seal is incredible. He the level of douche this man has reached he's reached S tier level of douchery. Like, I don't think you could get any more douche than Adam Sessler has become, but let's continue.
Controlled for the variables. Adam will read a script written by the same writer that I will read the other half of the script for, but I'll be the one flamed. And yeah, it also happens to Gerard and TBH, but that doesn't discount the sexism of how it happens to me when it does. Both things can be true, that there is a general hatred of any change that isn't Adam, and that I'll receive special flame just for being a woman. And I wish...
Yeah, but you just kind of self-defeated yourself right there. When I remember a perfect example, I went on a cruise and I had Mundane Matt fill in for me for that week to do videos. What did they say? hey, Rich, why are you not there? I don't want to see Mundane Matt. And this is before any of the stuff with Flaggate or whatever the hell you want to call it happened with him, where this is before that. It's just, that's human nature. That's human nature, Indiana Black, where it's like, hey, I'm tuned in for this person. This person's not there. I'm sure there are sexist comments. I'm not going to take that away. But it is, whether it's Mundane Matt replacing me or you replacing Adam Sessler, people are creatures of habit. It's not just solely because of the fact that you're a female. Like, why are you even bringing this up? I see it all the time when it could be one male co-host and one takes over for them while they're out sick or whatever, and people are complaining. Don't turn this into a victimizing thing when I know for a fact that it's just how people are, and I've seen it happen on my own channel. Let's continue.
I could turn the camera around so that you could see the incredible team that make X-Play. Half of our producers and writers are women. Emily, Abby, Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes on and on and on. Former writers that are now on ATOS like Vanessa. When you're in our DMs or on those YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger.
But you are, see, they're saying they can't quite put their finger on it. They can't quite put their finger on why it may not be that reason. You don't know that. You don't know it's sexism that's the sole reason. Is it sexism with me when people are like, Rich, I don't want XYZ hosting your show? Or would I have like a buddy of mine come on a live stream like, who's this guy? No, man, look, sexism is real. I get it, but you're making this go way out of proportion to fit a narrative. And whether it be from Alex Jones or whether it be from you, Indiana, I can't stand it. But let's continue.
Why, even though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it, you're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day and you're gatekeeping the gate.
Yeah, because they associate Adam with X-Play. He was X-Play. Him and Morgan Webb were X-Play. You're gonna the comments are ruining your day. Let me just say something here. You're always gonna get, unless you shut down your comment section, which wouldn't surprise me if they did that. That's how it is. I get nasty comments every single day. You know, I just ignore them. I don't even go to my comment section. There's sometimes I do, and I'll, say thank you for support from the mostly nice comments, but are there nasty, vile ones about me as well? Absolutely. I'm not saying that sexism isn't real, and I see it with my own eyes. Like when I said I had Sweet Anita on my show, Liana Kirzner multiple times. Oh my God, I see a ton of boner comments.
So maybe for 2022, we'd be a bit.
But basically, G4 just started. So if you think that these comments are bad now, if G4 lasts, which I question, it's only going to get worse. Buckle up. Let's continue. It's almost done.
Nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
And you know what those people are going to do now? Instead of not watch, they're going to watch even more and put even more vile comments, because that is human nature. I could tell when people are like, it's so funny, and I bring up this example. I listen to Howard Stern in my car on Sirius XM, and he announced that he was renewing his contract for another 5 years, and he was really happy about it, and he was getting a lot of people were calling in saying, congratulations, it's awesome. But then Gary Delabate read like one bad comment they got on their Facebook page, and it ruined Howard's whole day. And I'm thinking to myself, I wish I just got one bad comment when I put up a YouTube video or did a live stream. That would be a treat to me. What I think it is I Indiana Black, maybe she's had more experience with this. She's younger, but a lot of these people, a lot of the legacy media people, let's put Adam Sessler in there because he was doing this before the internet was where it is now. They're not used to this direct interaction where people could say whatever the hell they want to on the fly right to you in a chat section of Twitch or whatever content media service that you're using. So when they see how vile people can be, which I'm not saying it's okay, it's like, whoa, the world doesn't just blindly love me and blindly agree with everything that I think, and there are terrible people out there that are thinking terrible things. Yes. Now, when it goes too far, like with Alana Pierce, that is too far. What she was DM'd, like, makes my goddamn stomach turn. But people saying that you're not as hot as Olivia Munn, welcome to the goddamn internet. Now, here is something that I'm self-aware of. I know I punch myself in the face. I talk about controversial things. I like Alex Jones yesterday. I talked about that. But I've always been doing that. That's what I do on my channel. Even though I'm called Review Tech USA, I could go from reviewing the Aya Neo Next, which make sure you subscribe. That review is coming probably within the next 24 hours. And then the next day I could talk about Alex Jones. Then the next day I could talk about PlayStation 5. Then the next day I could talk about birds. That's my YouTube channel. But when you're trying to do what XPlay is doing and you're laser focused on one thing and you're putting out 37 reviews of games that came out 27 years ago on your G4 TV YouTube channel, you may not want to say things like Adam Sessler says on Twitter. You're going to divide your audience. Take it from me, I know, but I've always been dividing my audience. When you're doing something like G4 TV, you don't want to do this. But this is what Adam had to say on Twitter, which I'm sure helped out the G4 TV viewer base. This is what Adam Sessler, who's working for a solely based on gaming network, writes on Twitter. Just so I could get this out of my system once for the day, Republicans are stupid, racist, and drink piss. Here is the thing. Like I said, first off, it's still detrimental to my channel. I realize that I am punching myself in the face whenever even on my live streams, on my secondary channel, when I give takes about stuff like this, I know that it pisses people off and they never want to watch me again. But I offer like a cheap Chinese buffet of content. Okay? I'm not just focused on one thing. I don't want anyone to say that this is like my equivalent of saying dribble the ball or stay in your lane, but G4 was brought back for nostalgia and gaming. When you bring the politics into it, that laser focus is no longer laser focused, and people who just want to tune in for gaming are probably going to leave. Unless you're JonTron. But most, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, give your takes, but accept the consequences that are going to come along with them. I know firsthand. But the difference with me is that I have always talked about everything. You didn't, Adam. You didn't always talk about everything. And you're trying to bring back a network that's for gaming and talking about things like this. Saying these kind of tweets are not going to help you. And here's the thing, and I'm not a Republican, but if you said, just so I could get this out of my system once for the day, Democrats are stupid, and everything else you said there, you would probably get your Twitter account shut down. Tell me that he wouldn't. Tell me you wouldn't get his Twitter account shut down. But it is what it is. That's the part that amazes me, and everyone will sit there and he'll clap like a seal about all this stuff, and it all becomes about virtue signaling. The reality of it is with this though. I don't see G4 TV lasting, and it's not even solely because of this. It's just that it's a product that's no longer necessary. It's like the Blockbuster of gaming networks. The YouTube channels out there have filled the void for this, like I said before, and arguably are doing a better job. Doing a better job than G4 TV did. People have moved on. Yeah, I'm sure in the beginning there was a lot of viewership and people got their dose of nostalgia, but when they realized, like, there's other things to watch out there that I actually prefer, and I wouldn't watch G4 TV even if it was still in its original form now. It's just a different time, and maybe they did this to garner up some controversy to get people like me and the Quartering and David Jaffe to talk about it. Never thought I would say all three of those names in the same sentence, but here we are. Good luck, G4. You're going to need it, and don't blame people like me, David Jaffe, and the Quartering when G4 implodes, because it ain't going to be because of this. It's going to be because you're a relic from a different time that no one's interested in anymore. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.